Hey guys, okay, today we are going to talk about how to find the surface area of pyramids. Make sure you write down everything you see on the screen and make sure you write down everything that I write down. Your objective for today, you will be able to solve problems involving the lateral and total surface area of pyramids. So first of all, let's review. A pyramid is just a 3D solid that has one base and triangular lateral faces. So as we can see here, we have the rectangular and triangular pyramids, which we have already talked about. The rectangular pyramid has a rectangular base, and then it just has these triangles that come up and meet at this vertex. A triangular pyramid has a triangular base, and then we just have these triangles that meet at this vertex. Okay, so whenever we find surface area of a pyramid, we are going to focus on their nets, just like we did with prisms. So if we were to take a rectangular pyramid and just flatten it out, it would look like this. We would have a rectangle in the middle, and then we would have 4 triangles surrounding it. So we need to think about what shapes we have here to find our area. Well, we know we have a rectangle, so we need area equals base times height. And then we have triangles. So we need the formula area equals base times height divided by 2. For a triangular pyramid, we have the triangular base with the 3 triangles around it. So since we only have triangles, we only need the formula area equals base times height divided by 2. Alright, remember lateral area is just the area of all the faces of the figure, and it's excluding the base. So if we're finding the lateral area of a pyramid, the first thing we want to do is shade the base, because we don't want to worry about finding the area of that. So on this triangular pyramid, I would just want to shade that in. On the rectangular pyramid, I would shade that in. And then I just want to find the area of whatever is around it. Alright, the second thing we would want to do is label the missing sides so that we know that we have measurements for every single shape. Next, we would want to use the formula area equals base times height divided by 2, because if we're finding lateral area, all that we're left with are the triangles, so that's the only formula that we have to focus on. After we do that, we're just going to add the area of the faces together, and then once we get the sum, that is our lateral area. For total surface area, remember total surface area means we're taking the area of every single shape that we see and adding it together for that particular 3D figure. So we want to identify the shapes, then we're going to label the missing sides. We're going to write the formula inside the shape, or if we don't have room, we'll write it to the side. The important thing is that we just put the area inside, and you'll see what I mean by that in a minute. We want to substitute into the formula, find the area of each shape, and then add the area of all the shapes together. And the sum of that will give us our final total surface area. Alright, so let's go ahead and do an example together. So on example 1, we want to find lateral and total surface area for this triangular pyramid. Notice there's a triangle in the middle, so it's a triangular pyramid. So I am going to go ahead and I am going to zoom in. Okay, so I'm looking for lateral surface area. That means I am not concerned about the base. Now conveniently in this picture, the base has already been shaded in pink. So I am just going to ignore the pink and I'm going to find the area of the blue. Okay, so I want to label all of my missing sides. This triangle right here, it has this side measuring 6, and it's an equilateral triangle. So that means this side will also measure 6. And so will this side right here. This triangle has a height of 8 feet. So that means that this triangle also has a height of 8 feet. And so does this triangle. So now I am going to use the formula area equals base times height divided by 2 to find the area of each one of these. So I am going to start with this triangle right here. Area equals base times height divided by 2. I have a base of 6 and a height of 8. So I have 6 times 8 divided by 2. 6 times 8 is 48. So my area equals 48 divided by 2, which we know is 24. So I'm going to write in blue this area is 24, and I'm going to underline it. I want it to stand out. So the area of this triangle is 24 feet squared. This triangle has the exact same dimensions. So the area of this triangle would also be 24 feet squared. And I know that I've already shown my work to get to that answer. This triangle has the exact same dimensions, so it is also 24 feet squared. Now that I have found those, I just want to add those areas together. So I'm taking 24 plus 24 plus 24. 3 4s make 12. 3 2s make 6, plus 1 is 7. So my lateral surface area is 72 feet squared. Alright, now I want to find the total surface area of the same figure. So the first thing that I want to do is I want to go ahead and identify my shapes. Okay, so I've got nothing but triangles. So I know that I'm only going to use the formula area equals base times height divided by 2. Now I want to label all of my missing sides. So based on what we have over here, we know that the height of these triangles is 8. And then we know every side of this base is 6 feet. Okay, because we have already worked it out on this side, I know the area of this triangle is 24, this area is 24, and this area is 24. So all that I have left to find is the area of the base. So to find that, I know that I need to do area equals base times height divided by 2. Now, if I look at this triangle, I know that this is the height because it intersects perpendicularly with the base. So I have a base of 6 and a height of 5.2. So my area equals 6 times 5.2, and I'm going to divide that by 2. So I'm going to come over here to the side. I'm going to work out 5.2 times 6. 2 times 6 is 12, carry my 1, 5 times 6 is 30, plus 1 is 31, and I have 1 decimal place. So my area equals 31.2, and then that has to be divided by 2. So again, I'm going to come out to the side and work that out. Top dog goes in the house. 2 goes into 3 one time. 2 goes into 11 5 times. And 2 goes into 12 6 times, and I have to pop up my decimal. So the area of the base equals 15.6, and that would be feet squared. So now I know the area of the base is 15.6. Now I already know from this problem that if I take these lateral faces, these 3 triangles, it is going to add up to be 72. So my 3 faces equals 72. Now I want to add the 1 base. And that 1 base equals 15.6. Remember, when we add decimals, line them up. 0 plus 6 is 6. 2 plus 5 is 7. And 1 plus 7 is 8. So that means my total surface area equals 87.6 feet squared. Alright, example 2, we are finding the lateral and total surface area of this rectangular prism. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom in. Alright, first thing I want to do is I want to shade the base. If I'm finding lateral surface area, I don't care about the base right now. So I am just going to shade that in and ignore it. And I'm going to be very careful not to shade around the 6. Alright, now I'm just going to label all of my missing sides. So I know if this side measures 8, if this is a rectangle, that means this side also measures 8. This side measures 6. This side right here also has to measure 6. And then if this height is 14, then that means this height also has to be 14. If this height is 12, then this height will also be 12. Alright, now I want to use the formula area equals base times height divided by 2 to get the area of the triangles. So I am going to start with this triangle first. I have area equals base times height divided by 2. My base is 8, my height is 14. So I have 8 times 14 divided by 2. Now, 8 times 14, that equals 112. And then 112 divided by 2 equals 56. So for this triangle right here, my area equals 56 centimeters squared. Since this is the exact same triangle, I can go ahead and write the area here as well, since I've already shown the work for it. Now I'm going to find the area of this triangle. So I still need the formula area equals base times height divided by 2. This triangle has a base of 6 and a height of 12. Keep in mind, the base and the height have to intersect perpendicularly, just like it did right here. So I have a base of 6 times a height of 12, and I'm going to divide that by 2. Well, 6 times 12 is 72, and then 72 divided by 2 is going to equal 36. So I know the area of this triangle is 36 centimeters squared. This is the exact same triangle, so that's also going to be 36. So now that I've done that, I'm just going to add together the area of these 4 faces. So I have 56 plus 56 plus 36 plus 36. 4 6's make 24. I'm going to carry my 2. 2 5's make a 10. 2 3's make a 6. 10 plus 6 is 16. Plus 2 is 18. So my lateral surface area is 184 centimeters squared. Now I am going to come over to the other side, and I'm going to find my total surface area. So first thing I want to do is I want to go ahead and identify what shapes I have. I have the triangular faces, so I know I need area equals base times height divided by 2. Then I have a rectangular base, so I know I'm also going to need area equals base times height. So before I solve, I want to label everything. So I know this equals 8, and this height is 14. I know this is 6, and I know this height is 12. Now we already know from this side, this area is 56, this area is 56, this area is 36, and this area is 36. So the only thing that I have left to find the area of is the rectangular base. So since I have a rectangular base, that means that area equals base times height. This triangle has a base of 8 and a height of 6. So area equals 8 times 6. So that area equals 48. So I'm going to write 48 inside of here and underline it. So now that I have that, I just want to add everything together to get the total surface area. Now, since we already know that the 4 faces, the 4 triangular faces, when we add all 4 of those together, we know from the previous problem that we get 184. So we have 4 faces plus the 1 base. And that 1 base equals 48. So I'm just going to add that together. 4 plus 8 is 12. 1 plus 8 is 9. Plus 4 is 13. 1 plus 1 is 2. So my total surface area is 232 centimeters squared. Alright, now it is time for you to try. Be very careful because these two are different figures. So you're going to find the lateral surface area of this triangular prism. Then you're going to find the total surface area of this rectangular prism. Make sure that you show all of your work and work through every single part so you can get full credit on your notes. Make sure you have everything written down. I will see you next class day. Have a good day.